इंटरेस्ट में हम लोग एनालिसिस है दिन भर मेहनत मशक्कत के बाद जो आराम देता है वो है घर खिले चेहरे प्यार की साजो सामान से सजे घर की आरज़ू किसे नहीं इसी घर के इर्द गिर्द होगी चर्चा परिचर्चा all about your goals your dreams pertaining to the Bay Area real estate in our show Real Estate Roundup with Nagaraj Anaya, your trusted Bay Area realtor and the founder of nagarajhomes.com. And as a serial entrepreneur, Nagaraj's ventures include real estate, property development, and community focused initiatives. His work extends beyond real estate transactions to fostering long term relationships, empowering communities, and contributing to the growth of the Bay Area. A very good afternoon to you, Bay Area. This is Sia on Poly 92.3 FM. Buying a home has been on your mind. You're thinking about an investment property. Maybe you're in the process of selling your home, just debating when is the right time to put your house on the market. Let's navigate this journey together. Call us in the studio at 1877 Bolly 92. That's 1877 Bolly 92. And with that, let me welcome Nagaraj. Good afternoon, Nagaraj. How are you doing?
Hello, Sia. Hello, Bay Area. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys having a great day out there. It's sunny out there. If you have any questions on the Bay Area real estate, we are live on a Bolly 92.3 right now. You can give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bolly 92. Any questions, it can be a smaller or a bigger questions on the Bay Area real estate, and you want a second opinion about on your investments, you can give us a call.
So, as you were mentioning second opinions, Nagaraj, we have a question here. He says, I recently bought a home and the Zillow shows home value dropped. Now, what should I do?
I think that's a great question. I think let me give you a couple of examples, Sia. Like recently one of the client bought in Milpitas, okay, the house value was what close to 2 million, and house was listed for 1.6. We bought it for 2 million, and the home appraisal came around 1.95 million. Okay, so we paid 50,000 for more to get the offer. Basically, our offer get accepted. But once the closing is done, Zillow's or Redfin start showing your numbers lower, or like the estimate shows lower. That's obvious because anytime off market, Redfin or a Zillow are not accurate, right? So the numbers can decrease. So don't get panicked whenever the numbers are shown low, right? It's a normal thing to happen, especially since all these are estimated. Zillow or a Redfin estimates or all estimated by the AIs. Okay, it's an algorithm basically says like based on the 0.5 mile radius, based on the comparable, sometimes the number of times the homes has been visited in the website, that also matters. So no need to panic because always a home buying is an emotional journey. Always think about a long term. Are you thinking about a short term or a long term goals? Are you planning, if you're not planning to sell soon, why do you want to check your home value every day? That is the one of the biggest mistakes.
That has a good point.
Right? You bought the house for the long term. Market dips can happen sometimes. It's the same as your stock market, but stock market, you have the invest, basically you need a money sometimes. That is why you might be worried about your investments. But in case of the home, it is you're going to stay there. Or if you bought it for an investment, you're going to rent out for it, right? So always you need to understand local supply and demand. Always a sudden increase in inventory can reduce up. If it's really has reduced also, it can be sometimes a sudden increase in inventory, or some of the one of the home can go on for a lower price because of the house might be a fixer upper up also. Okay, so interest rates. Right now, the interest rates are still 5.875%, which is still good. But we are not seeing much. The interest rates are one of the contributing factors. And the third thing is economic factors also you need to look out for. Layoff. Because right now, Sia, like we are seeing a lot of people are shifting out of the Bay Area also because of the Amazon, some of the companies are reorg, right? Like in case of the reorg, what's happening is some of them are moving even to a CI. I just recently heard from one of my clients saying that their work might be shifted to Seattle too. So it's all depends on, you need to understand the key drivers of the price drops instead of concerning on that. And one more thing is like always think about it as a always a primary residence exceptions, right? If you're listed, like whenever you sell after 2+ years, you might avoid a capital gains when selling also. That is also one of the things you need to understand. And one more thing is always consider refinancing also. If you have already bought it for higher interest rates, keep always looking for what is the current rate trends and how is it going on. That might help you out to refinance also, right? So instead of basically getting panicked, home ownership is always emotional. Don't let fear of a downturn cloud your decisions. Always focus on a long-term growth rather than a short-term options, right? So this client which I was talking about, like they got panicked fully. Then I told them, no, that is not the accurate values. So always the accurate values are the when the bank comes and checks they do the appraisal, right? Whatever that value what we get, that is the value we need to be relying on, not the Zillow or a Redfin estimate. Sometimes Redfin or a Zillow can blow up your home values. So that is why don't even consider that. Listeners, I'm talking myself, realtor Nagaraj Anaya, and I'm talking to Sia, and we're discussing all about the Bay Area real estate trends. And if you have any questions, you can give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bolly 92.
Yes, so as Nagaraj mentioned, the number is 1877 Bolly 92. That's 1877 265 5992. 1877 Bolly 92. Join the conversation. Nagaraj is here in the studio, ready to take your calls. And as you mentioned, Nagaraj, because there are so many factors that go in driving the home price, sometimes just arm yourself with the right knowledge. And if let's say there's a doubt that creeps in, all somebody has to do is call into the show at 1877 Bolly 92.
Yeah.
Uh,
Add
there's
to
something happens, you are not sure, you just arm yourself with the right knowledge, just give a call or talk to some people who really know the market.
correct. See, add to that one, right? One of the let me give you one more example, right? So I think a lot of clients might be thinking about in the next 2 years, 3 years, I'm planning to move to India. Should I? And they have one investment property here, and maybe they have one primary residence to sell for also. Right. In that case, what do they do? Should they sell their first house, sell the investment property now itself? Should they start planning for the next 2 years now itself? No, don't do that. Always like because whenever the need comes in, for example, always your investment property is paying you a rent, why do you bother to pay or sell it out right now? Correct? Yeah.
Correct, that's a great point.
So instead of that, what you can do is keep on watching out for the trends. And again, depends on the what is your purchase price, what you bought in. For example, you had bought this house for a 500K 2 years back. Let's consider you bought it for 500K. Now, no more 500K homes are available now. So in next, for example, if you're considering in next 2 years, if the property values drops also, it might not drop the
That
value
much.
that much compared to 500K. Now,
Correct.
considering a case when you're going to India, should I keep both the properties? Should I keep one property? It all depends on the cash flow and how much is like basically monthly they're paying for the cash flow comes in, how much the mortgage they're paying in for, how much the rental they're going to do it, right? Based on that scenarios, we can decide which property to sell and pay off the one property so that the capital basically your monthly payments can be burden can be reduced. Once always when you're doing in a getting in a capital gains, you need to be basically plan out properly. Is it a primary residence? What we know, up to 500K, if it's husband and wife there is there, then up to 500K we are not going to pay for the taxes for it. But in case of an investment properties, always you need to consider, are you going to do a 1031 exchange? So all the smart decisions needs to be made properly.
Absolutely. And there's no time like now to strategize some of these key decisions of one's life, as Nagaraj said. So if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Bay Area or around the Central Valley, this show is for you. Share with us your concern, your insights, your blockers. Just join the conversation at 1877 Boily 92. That's 1877 Boily 92 or 1877 265 2655992. So, Nagaraj, as you were speaking of this,
Mhm.
Where do you think in the Bay Area housing market is poised for in 2025 with inventory levels and the mortgage rates?
Yeah. See, I think the mortgage rates right now, the current rents are close to 6%, 5.875 for arm rates. That's a 5 by 1 arms, or a 7 or close to 6%, what we are noticing in. And 30 years are close to 6.6. That's what we are noticing in. All this on APRs, right? So that is a trend. Right now, the interest rates are not decreasing because of the new government is going to form in next 1 or 2 weeks, right? So based on that, still the rates are not going to be dropped now, but hopefully once the new government comes, the policies changes, we can expect some changes in that. But always historically, if you have seen, uh, the Trump government's real estate done really good, right? If you can go and
Mhm.
check the historically also, last time also home values did jump. So expecting this time also, if, unless any emergency or disasters happen similar to a Los Angeles, right? But Los Angeles case, there are a lot of other theories what's happening due to fire things, which we all know. If that is
That is true. It's really sad, but
yeah, but
more
you,
lessons to be learned there.
it's not only human, it's more than nature. There are human reasons also are there, which we don't want to discuss right now. But if there are nothing like that, we are expecting the Bay Area real estate market to go, because number of inventories are still low. It is not many inventories right now. If you look around, number of homes to be sold in Santa Clara or even Fremont, how many homes do we have? Very few homes right now. Overall homes in Santa Clara itself are less than a 20 right now. In a Fremont, overall less than 30 homes. I'm talking about the single family homes. If somebody wants to buy a 1.2 million, we don't have any homes right now.
So, as opposed to 2024, do you see this inventory rising or no?
Hopefully, I think usually from January end or January mid, we start seeing more homes to come. Already we can see the difference from a December to a January now. Oh, home starts increasing right now. Okay,
Okay.
so hopefully until what we have seen, always we thought about summer would be picking up, but what we have seen the trend last 2 years is March and April is a trend where it is picking up. Okay, and we usually see some slow growth in the June, July, because most of them are on the vacations. But March, April, we are seeing it is going into a peak. From last 2 years, that's the trend we have seen. So let's see how it goes in this year, which again depends on the how the home values goes up, plays a few factors right now, right? The immigration stuffs, what is going to happen in the new government, correct? And new policies, what the H1B thinks, what's going to happen. Uh, Hopefully for the tech, because a lot of companies are dependent on the tech sectors, H1Bs or H4 EADs can't, mostly they are not much impacted. But already we know that new government on the issues on the illegal immigrants, how they're going to handle, that's already they're updating on it. Okay. But still, on all these things, Bay Area, we can say that overall the economy or like the Bay Area home buyers are different set, because they're well qualified home buyers.
Okay.
And
So, it's a
second,
much more robust
yeah.
economy.
And the second thing is right now there are not, what was the our like all the husband and wife right now because of H4EADs, H1B stuffs, correct? Overall, the income of the family is more compared to the any other country right now. Correct. So that's all this looking around. One is the economic stuffs or the income wise, we are a lot better. And these stocks awarded to the families or the individual tech individuals are overall high time right now.
So, Nagaraj, with respect to San Francisco, there are
Mhm.
some reports that are coming that this is the first time since 2019 or much before that that we are seeing a slight drop of around 1.8% or 2%.
Yeah.
Uh, is that really true? What's your take on it?
I think San Francisco, due to various reasons which we already had discussed in a couple of shows back, right? So one of the things is like a lot of relocations which is happening in around, right? And some fear among the San Francisco residents also one of the things. So all this have caused slight drop in the San Francisco, but still the prices are still higher itself. It is not like you can go and get it for a 1.2 any single family homes there. because
That's true.
already the home prices are so high. I always try to compare the Bay Area real estate to the home similar to a Los Angeles or some other places. For example, in Bay Area itself is a wide right now, right? Each city is, for example, if you're considering the price wise on the sun, if you're going from Santa Clara, Sunnyvale, Mountain View, Palo Alto, like this, right? Price keeps increasing for you this way, correct? And other side also, if you're coming in around, but if you're going towards like this other side, like Milipitas prices also goes around this increasing itself. Milipitas, Fremont, San Ramon, Dublin. But as the price increases around, the quality of home or the homes what we get is bit better. For example, San Ramon, Dublin homes can't be or never be compared to a Santa Clara homes. Because reason I was wanted to tell you is like one home what we got sold for in Santa Clara for 2.08 million, right? That home you can't compare to a San Ramon Dublin homes because that homes are a lot better, bigger homes for you. But are you going to commute? No.
Yes, that's a big problem these days.
And can you compare the San Ramon Dublin homes to Lathrop Mantica? No, you can't compare that. We should stop comparing the homes because the needs are different for us, each individuals what we have.
So the fact is, they are dependent on each family's needs and
Yeah.
what you need, what works for you. On that note, we'll take a short break. We will be back in conversation with Nagaraj Anaya on this show. Just don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break and be back.
చిరునవ్వుతో అడుగులు వేస్తూ ముందుకు సాగుదాం ఫ్యూచర్ లో వెలుగు నింపే మార్గం ముందుగా నడిపించే ఓ నేస్తమే ఉండగా. అంతులేని సంతోషమే ఇదిగా. చేయబట్టే చంద్రుందుకయ్య ఉన్నారుగా మనకి నగరాజన్నయ్యా. ఈ నూతన సంవత్సరంలో మీ సొంత ఇల్లు కల నిజం అవ్వాలని కోరుకుంటూ మీ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ నేస్తం నాగరాజన్నయ్య తరపున అందరికీ హ్యాపీ హాలిడేస్.
Wherever you are, whatever you need, Nagaraj Annaya is here to make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 408-805-4653 or visit nagarajhomes.com today.
Welcome back to Real Estate Roundup with Nagaraj Anaya. You are on Bollywood 92.3 FM. We are in conversation with Nagaraj. So Nagaraj, right now, yes, of course, let me first announce the number. Give us a call at 1877-BOLLY92. That's 1877-BOLLY92 is the number. If you want to join the conversation, if you have any question related to real estate, please feel free to call here at 1877-BOLLY92 or 1877-265-599. Nagaraj, what is on your mind before we close this show?
Yeah. See, I think, lot of listeners or a lot of home buyers are there right now. Correct. So I think we have another 10 minutes in the show. I think we can discuss more.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we have 10 more minutes. So I think, most of the home buyers, and let's talk about the two things, right? Home buyers and the sellers wise, right? See, in the home buyers case, right, like always the challenge is what is the purchase price they want to buy, right? So how do they even decide? Will they decide based on their monthly payments, or will they basically decide based on their how much down payment they have? So most of them knows we can buy a house as little as 10% down, correct? But your monthly payments, the lower down payment you make, your monthly payments are higher. So it depends on what they want. Like they want to do a monthly payments reserved right now, or like they want to do a little bit flexibility on their monthly payments. If they do it, once they decide on their monthly payments, then they need to decide on the cities wise also where they want to buy, which areas they can buy for it. So based on the cities and based on their requirements where they want to do it, then they can narrow down the zip codes or the specific areas for them.
Mm-hmm.
always there's a lot of questions going on. It's more, as we discussed in the early show, right? It's more of an emotional buy for us, correct? Because we always got used to staying in. Recently, I was talking to one of the client. I want to just touch upon this. A lot of times we stay in the same rented apartments from last 10 to 15 years. We don't even think about, because if we change, what happens to our school, the kids' school needs.
Yes,
But
there are many factors
yeah,
related to that
and
family situation.
we are scared of making any financial commitments. Yesterday, I was talking to one of the family in Los Angeles. His family is like stayed in the same rental property from last 28 years.
28 years?
Last 28 years.
Oh, wow.
And they're currently, right now, their rental payments are 2,800. And he's a 60-year-old.
Oh, okay.
And he can't afford that much $2,800 right now. But he still wants to stay in it, because at the age of 60, if you don't have any other income coming in, or if you're not doing any other work, right, like your social base security again depends on how much you're contributed on your social security benefits, right?
Mm-hmm.
But from last 28 years, he didn't even plan to buy anything for himself, and he didn't make any smart decisions for himself. He kept on staying in the same property. Right now is at $2,800. So
Yes.
he can't even, basically now he can't. Where are the? I was just feeling so sorry for him. What is other options he can have right now?
So that's one situation, Nagraj.
Mhm.
There's another situation that now many people are facing is with return to work.
Mhm.
5 days or at least 3 days, reality for many people is that they're considering renting a home near to offices, but then they are in dilemma as to their current residence. Should they rent out versus should they sell out? Or
I
like right now only.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think a lot of people are facing this dilemma, especially a lot of companies starting 2025, they're asking us to come back to office, asking them to come back to office. One thing is always, based on your current property, no need to sell your first property immediately. Narrow down what kind of home you want to buy as your second house right now, which is closer to your house. Are you going to buy in a condo, or are you going to buy in a single family home? If you're buying to a condo, it might be a lower price for you, 2 bed, 2 bath, or something which is a short-term goals for you. But if you decide against it, maybe you're planning to buy a single family home. Okay. But if you're planning to buy a single family home, then your price might be higher for you, right? Like it might be or not be, like basically again depends on the financial circumstances again. Once your financial circumstances, you decide on your financial circumstances, you can buy a single family home. You buy, because a lot of times I see an advertisings or people saying that buy sell before buy. No, that is not at all right decision. Never sell your first property until you narrow down on your second property. Once you buy your second property, but once you buy your second property, then only you can sell your first property. If you don't have your down payment, do as little as a 5 to 10%. There's a lot of lenders provide you with a 5 to 10% down. If you have
So
any,
do not sell before buy.
yeah, do not sell, because before sell, you can understand how much your second property for your first property can sell. That I can help them out. You can understand how much it can sell, then only you can go buy it, but never sell. That is a wrong decision always, a lot of people. If you don't have a down payment options, we can borrow it based on your ELOC, borrow it based on your, like there are a lot of short-term investors they give you. So
So, Nagaraj, I think we are getting to the point where we may have to wrap up the show very soon.
yeah.
Can we give your number so that in case somebody has a question, how do they reach you?
Yeah, so I think before giving out the number, I have an off-market listing in a San Mateo. If somebody is looking to buy on a 3 bed, 2 bath, close to 1.7 million purchase price in a San Mateo, is very close to the all the Palo Alto and San Mateo, San Francisco. If somebody wants to commute in around, reach out to me. It's an off-market listing, close to around 1.75 million, but a great location, closer to the all the parks and all these. beaches. If you have any questions, if you want to know more information about the property, do give me a call. Can share you more information about the property. This is an off-market listing for 3 bed 2 bath San Mateo thing. And if you somebody wants to reach out to me, go to nagrajhomes.com, click on a WhatsApp icon, and it's easy to reach out to me. It can be any simple question, or if you're planning for your future real estate needs also, you can reach out to me. Go to nagrajhomes.com, click on a WhatsApp icon. Or one more way to reach out to me is my number is 858-880-4577. And if you'd like to know more about this San Mateo listing also, do reach out to me. And as Shia was mentioning it, if you have a question, should I sell before buy? Do also do call me out.
Yes, absolutely. Any question, reach him at 1-858-880-4577. That's 1-858-880-4577. And if you're driving, you can't take the number. Simplest is nagarajhomes.com. Nagarajhomes.com is the place where you'll find Nagaraj. Thank you so much, Nagaraj. It was really lovely chatting with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you all the listeners too.
So thank you for tuning in. फिर निकलेंगे to take a sneak peek into the state of real estate on the show Real Estate Roundup next week, same time, only on Bolly 92.3 FM. Until then, keep shining.